She arrived in America with 2 suitcases, a winter coat too thin for the cold, and exactly $200 stuffed inside her shoe. She did not know anyone. She had no plan. But what she had, no one could ever take away. She did not speak English well. She did not have a single friend. She did not have a safety net. What she had was a reason, and that reason was stronger than any obstacle. This is the story of Maria Santos, a woman who came from nothing, who was told the odds were against her, who proved every single person wrong. She built a life worth $1.8 million. By the time this story ends, you will never again believe that where you start in life determines where you finish. Maria is living proof of that truth. Maria grew up in a small village in the Philippines. Her father was a fisherman. Her mother washed clothes for wealthier families. They lived in a house with only 2 rooms. 8 people, 2 rooms, no running water. She walked 4 kilometers to school every morning, in the rain, in the heat, every single day. Her mother told her something she never forgot. She said, "Your feet can take you to school for free, but only your mind can take you further." Maria was the best student in her school, every single year, without exception. Her teachers called her parents one afternoon. They said, "Your daughter has a gift. She should go to university." Her father looked quietly at the floor. He said softly, "We cannot afford it." Maria heard every word through a thin wall. She was only 13 years old that night, but she made a decision she never forgot. She told herself, "I will find another way. I always find another way." At 16, she started tutoring wealthy children. 50 pesos per session, less than $1. She saved every single coin. At 18, she won a partial scholarship to a university in Manila. She worked 2 jobs to cover the rest. Waitress in the morning, typist at night. She graduated with a degree in accounting. She was the first in her family to ever finish university. Her mother cried for 3 days straight, but a degree in the Philippines was not enough. The economy was struggling. Jobs were scarce. Maria had much bigger dreams. She applied for a U.S. work visa 3 times, rejected 3 times. The 4th time, she gave everything she had, every certificate, every award, every letter. Her statement took 6 weeks to write, 6 weeks of rewriting every single night, after work, after sending money home, after everything else she had to do. Then one morning, the letter arrived. The visa was approved. Maria was 28 years old. She landed in New York in February. The cold hit her like a wall. She had never felt cold like that before. She stood outside with her suitcases, and instead of fear, she felt gratitude. She whispered to herself on that sidewalk, "I am here. Whatever comes next, I am here." The first 6 months were the hardest. She shared a room with 3 women in Queens. She worked as a bookkeeper, $12 an hour. She took the subway 2 hours each way. She ate rice and eggs for almost every meal. She sent money home every single month, without fail, without exception, no matter what, even when it left her with almost nothing. But Maria did something most people never do. She studied every night, after work, after her long commute, after dinner. She studied for the CPA examination, the hardest accounting exam in America. People told her it was too difficult. They said her English was not good enough. They said, "Be grateful for what you have." Maria smiled at every one of them, then went home and studied even harder. She passed the CPA exam on her first attempt. The day the results arrived, she sat on the floor. She called her mother in the Philippines. Her mother did not know what CPA meant, but she heard the joy in her daughter's voice. And that was enough for her mother. With her CPA license, Maria got a new job. A Manhattan accounting firm hired her. $42,000 a year. It felt like a fortune, but she did not spend. She opened a spreadsheet on her first payday. She called it her freedom plan. 3 rules she would never ever break. She followed them every single day. and they rebuilt her entire life. Rule number 1. Live on 60%. No matter what, no matter how much she earned, 60% only. The other 40% was for her future. This rule was completely non-negotiable. She still shared an apartment with a roommate. She still took the subway every morning. She still cooked every single meal at home. Her colleagues went out for expensive lunches. Maria brought rice from home and smiled. Rule number 2. Learn one new financial skill every 6 months. She learned about index fund investing. She opened a brokerage account with $500. Her colleagues laughed when they found out. They said, $500 in the stock market? What is that going to do for you? Maria replied calmly and confidently, today, not much. In 20 years, everything. She was completely right. Rule number 3. Build one new income stream every 2 years. Year 2. She started a weekend side business. Tax preparation for the Filipino community. Within 3 months, she had 40 clients. $6,000 extra in that first season. She saved every single dollar. Year 4, promoted to senior accountant. Salary jumped to $68,000. Year 5, she applied for management. They told her she was not ready yet. Maria went home that same evening. She studied management for 8 months. Every night, every single weekend, she applied for the same position again. This time, she got it. Salary, $89,000 a year. Year 6, Maria bought her first home. A small 2-bedroom house in New Jersey. She rented the second bedroom immediately. Rental income, $1,200 monthly. Her mortgage was only $1,400. She lived for essentially $200 a month while building equity every single day. Her freedom grew with every payment. Year 7, her side business had grown. 112 clients that season. She hired her first part-time assistant. Side income that year, $38,000. All of it saved. Every single dollar. Year 8, her investment portfolio grew from $500 to $140,000. She never stopped investing. Not once, even in bad years. Even when markets fell. The habit was stronger than any fear. Year 9, Maria went back to the Philippines. First time home in 7 long years. She built her parents a proper house. 3 bedrooms, running water, a garden, everything they had never been able to have. She stood in front of the house with her family. Her mother touched the walls slowly, like she could not believe it was real. Her father, the man who once said, "We cannot afford it," held her hand and said nothing at all, because sometimes there are no words. Maria returned to America with new fire. If she built this much in 9 years, what could she build in the next 9? The answer would surprise even her. Year 10, Maria left the accounting firm. She opened her own consulting practice, working from home with 5 clients. Within 18 months, 40 clients. Annual revenue, $220,000. Year 12, second investment property. A duplex in New Jersey. 2 units. Rental income, $2,800 monthly. Year 14, 3 full-time employees. Business revenue, $410,000. Her portfolio crossed $500,000. Real estate equity near $300,000. Every rule still holding. Every habit still strong. Every decision still paying her back. The Freedom Plan was working perfectly. Today, Maria Santos is 43 years old. She arrived in America with $200 stuffed inside her shoe on that cold day. Today, her net worth is $1.8 million. Built from nothing, by choice, by discipline. Rental income, $8,400 every month. Investment portfolio, $900,000. Business income, over $400,000 a year. She works because she wants to, not because she must. That is freedom. Her parents live in the house she built. Her sister went to university, paid for entirely by Maria. That sister is now a doctor in the Philippines. Because one woman refused to quit. Because one woman kept going when others stopped. Maria still rides the subway sometimes. Not because she has to, by choice. It keeps her grounded. It reminds her of the woman she once was. The woman who stood alone in the freezing cold, whispering, I am here. Whatever comes next, I want to speak directly to you right now. Maybe you came here with almost nothing. Maybe you are still in that small room, still sending money home every month, still being told you are not ready yet. Or maybe you never left your hometown. Maybe you just started from the bottom. Maybe someone said the odds were against you. Maybe you are waiting for permission to begin. You do not need permission. You never did. It is still possible. Not easy. Possible. Maria had no wealth, no connections, no contacts. She had no perfect English when she arrived. She had 3 rules and daily discipline. Live on 60%. Learn. Build. Every single day. You can start today. Not tomorrow. Not when things get easier or clearer. Today. With whatever you have right now. Even if it is only $500. The habit is the investment. Start now. If Maria's story moved you today, please do one thing before you leave. Share this with one person who needs it. Someone still building from absolute zero. Tell them, Maria did it. So can you. Thank you for being here today. This is Grace Talk TV, where every story has the power to change a life. A new story arrives every single week. We will see you in the next one.